everyone, it's Coop. What's going on? I'm the host of the Titans of Tier 3 podcast, and I wanted to give you guys a little update on what the plan is for the podcast going forward. So, we are changing the day that we're going to be hosting the podcast each week from Thursdays to Tuesdays. So, starting same time, 6 p.m. EST. If any of you players or coaches are interested in coming on the podcast, feel free to DM me on Discord. That is probably the best way to contact me. But yeah, I'll have a few questions to ask you, but I just want to say that we are moving the podcast to Tuesdays instead of Thursdays. We have a great group of people that come out and watch every week. You guys are phenomenal, and I really appreciate all of you. And I really look forward to continuing this podcast with you guys. All right, enjoy your games, everyone. I am excited to watch and cover every single one of them the best I can. Later. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Coop, sir. You know, the host of the Titans of Tier 3 podcast. Twitch chat's over here. They're vibing out, having a good time. We have a few things to cover for you today. So let's start off with not only what happened over the weekend, which we'll jump into right now. Over the weekend, we had 48-team Swiss brackets played out over Saturday and Sunday, and there were a few issues here and there during Saturday, and we apologize for that. All of us from here at Titans of Tier 3, we do apologize for that. But on Sunday, we did fix it up a little bit, and it went pretty smoothly after that. We had a lot of teams battle it out to get placed between the Division 1 or to Division 4, anywhere in between there, and depending on their record during the 2 days. So, I want to show you guys some of the division placements that we had. Boom, as you can see, here are our Division 1 placements. Shout out to all of these teams. All you guys played phenomenally this weekend, and it was really cool to see a bunch of you guys play. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stream every single game, so trying to talk about every game is going to be pretty close to impossible. But I just want to talk about some of the teams that are here. So in Group A, we have Rose, Astained, Flow State, Lucky, Awaken, Eternal Crimson, Raven Esports. And as you can see throughout the other ones, I'm not going to name them all off. You guys, I believe you guys have good eyesight here. Come on, we play Valorant. We kind of have to be, you know? Kind of have to do what we got to do here. You can see, shout out to all these teams. You guys played phenomenally over the weekend, and I really look forward to seeing you guys playing and just getting better as Valorant keeps going on. You know, I think one of the coolest things about this is being able to see the start of a lot of you guys' careers and potentially moving on to Tier 2, maybe even Tier 1 someday. So being able to have the opportunity and being able to be put in the position I am to see all you guys thrive like this is beyond me, man. I am super proud of all of you. So, moving on. Here's the Division 2 placements. Some great names in here. French Goats, I like that. Big Brim Gamers, of course. Shout out to Shaboing Boing. We had their head coach on last week, which was phenomenal to see. Was really happy to see you guys out, and you guys performed well. I'm really happy for you. Moving on. Let's talk about some of the prize pool, because I'm sure you guys are definitely interested in what's going on in that region of things. So when it comes to Division 1, the prize pool for you guys is going to be $1,500. Division 2 is going to be $1,000. Division 3 is $500, and Division 4 is $250. I'm sure if you guys need this information down later, I'm sure some admins can send it to you or some staff can send it to you, but I just wanted to point that out. I also want to start doing this thing, and I want to get you guys more involved when it comes to segments on the podcast. I personally, this is my first time running a podcast, and I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving us, but I want you guys to be more involved. And in that way, I want to start doing votes on Twitter and possibly through community posts on YouTube. Not 100% confirmed. These are just speculations. But I want to start doing votes for Player of the Week and Match of the Week. This week so far, I've chosen it. Me and some of the staff at Titans of Tier 3 chose the game that we thought was the best game, and we chose the MVP from the weekend off of possibly we weren't able to track every single stat. So, you know what, thank you. Thank you, Thoughty. Appreciate you, brother. Such a sweetheart. But I want to show you guys the match of the week that we chose from the qualifications. Sorry, from the division placements, and what we thought was the best player out of that. And it turns out they were in the same game. The single best performance, in my opinion, let me pull it up here for you guys, was phenomenal. We had the best of one series where it was UW Esports versus Spate. Spate? Am I saying that right? Spate. They went 17... Oh, sorry. Sorry, my bad. I clicked the wrong one. So we have UW Esports and Spate here. This was a phenomenal game, and I really wish it was streamed. Unfortunately, it wasn't. But it went 17-15 on Icebox in this best of one. And it was an absolute grueler of a series, I will not lie. And our MVP from this series has to be Carp. This man's out here looking like Ospas, okay? Going 44-19 with 6 assists, a plus 25 KD, a KD of 2.32, an average damage per round of 258. This man was dominating during this entire series. It was phenomenal to see. An ACS of 386 and a rating of 1.72. So, in the future, let me switch back over to the cam here. In the future, I want you guys to be more a part of the voting process when it comes to our player and match of the week. So we're going to try to figure that kind of stuff out. But this week, shout out Carp. You're insane of UW Esports. Out here looking like Ospas. You are a phenomenal player. And I really look forward to seeing you in the future. Beautiful. Moving on, I wanted to touch on some of the games that we had previously that happened during the week while we weren't recording the podcast. So on Mondays, we normally have the Division 1s playing. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, everyone had a pretty long day on Saturday and Sunday, so we gave them a day off, and going into the Tuesday, we had a beautiful game between Foreign Legion and Shinjitsu. And let me see this here. Unfortunately, this game I wasn't able to get the VOD for it, but I do have the results. Foreign Legion ended up winning 2-0 against Shinjitsu in Division 3. Moving on, we also had a Division 2 game where we had Event Horizon versus Status Val, where Event Horizon won the game 2-0. Another huge thing, another update that I want to give you guys coming into the podcast, and if you're new here, we are going to be moving the podcast to Tuesdays. I've had some things come up on Thursdays, so unfortunately we're going to have to move it to Tuesdays, which means that this coming week is going to be the fastest time we've had one podcast to another. So there's not going to be a lot of games for us to watch. And I also want to give you guys a disclaimer that I'm moving. I'm moving this weekend. So got a lot of moving parts here. So I apologize if next week's episode isn't as up to par as it normally is when it comes to most of the content that we bring you guys here. I am super excited to be a part of this team and really excited to keep things rolling. Also, we have an announcement. When it comes to RIB. RIB is the way that we were tracking all of the stats when it came to the games that weren't going to be in playoffs. Unfortunately, we have found out pretty recently that they were looking for a buyer of the entire organization, and they have basically had internal issues and dropped most of the staff except for the higher-ups. So any people that we had that were involved with them, unfortunately, have been let go. Therefore, as of right now, we have no way of tracking stats, and we are working on it, and we will give you an update on Twitter at some point. I know, not an exciting thing to hear, and it's not in any of our control of anything we can do, so we are going to try our best to fix that and hopefully find a place where we're able to track these stats. It's unfortunate that happened, and it is what it is, man. We tried our best to not let that happen, and really didn't have a choice. Also, I want to let you guys know for all of our Division 1 teams, I am going to mention this every single episode and every single YouTube recap. We have a LAN event that is happening at the HyperX Arena in Las Vegas in August, where the top 2 D1 teams will be invited and all expenses will be covered. This is what I'm being told from the staff of Titans of Tier 3, and I will give you guys more information when I can. Currently, I cannot. Also, I want to highlight some clips. Yes, also, huge shout out to Flight for tracking. Honestly, that guy, it was completely unjustified for that man to be let go. That's a completely different story, and it's not something that I want to touch on anymore. But that man is an absolute legend, and I'm going to give you guys a little insight next week. We're having him on the podcast, so I'm excited for that. Oh, give me 1 second here. Beautiful, beautiful. We do have one of our guests running late, unfortunately. So if there is some little bit of dead air here and there, I apologize, but we're going to have our guests on as soon as possible, and it's going to be a great time, and I'm really excited to have this going for you guys. Let me see here. What are some other things that I want to touch on? I have some beautiful clips from the weekend, and I have a montage made that we're going to be going over later. But let's hop into some of these clips that we found, and I am... Hey, O'Day, listen here, man. You are just not allowed to be using the sheriff anymore. I'll let you know that for free, okay? Let's just take a little gander at this beautiful ace this man pulled off during the qualifications. Sorry, during the placements. There's 2. There's our boy with 3. There's the 4th. This man is trying to fight his way. Oh, beautiful. Playing Reyna? Dude, this guy's playing ranked. My God. What a beautiful, beautiful play by him. Moving on, we have Prestige. Hold on, we're getting spoilers, man. We don't want that. Let's hop in here.
Coming in clutch. The youth is coming in clutch. Don't want to defuse it. They're gonna have to take this fight.
Oh, baby! I remember watching that live. That was one of the most insane clips that we watched of the day. Just super clean aim. Man's looking like less out there. All right. I am super. I'm just beyond impressed by the amount of stuff that you guys are able to do. Like it's as someone who has made content when it comes to Valorant for a good couple months now, I am beyond like dumbfounded by the amount of things that you guys are able to achieve, and I am like, I feel like a proud dad, you know? I'm just like, you guys are insane. What's my rank? I just hit plat. I've been in this great limbo between gold 3, where all the Arkham Asylum patients have been let out, and plat, where there's unfortunately more Arkham Asylum patients in that little area, you know? It's unfortunate, but you know what? We're fighting. We're doing our best. We're getting through it. Also, shout out, did anyone get any good skins in the night market this week? Did anyone? Because I got the Prime Vandal, baby. You know I had to grab that. You know how that thing is just glorious. Oh, I think we have 2 more clips to show you guys. Hold on, let me just get it ready for you here. Not intermission. In the trenches 07. Aye, Captain. 1. What? That TP. Oh my gosh, you are insane, brother. Seriously. David? David with an E at the end. David. Is that better? I don't know, man. I don't want to mess it up. Here we have, okay. Can I just say, Cataclysm Gaming has 2 players. You can see I commented he works for Riot for real. It's true. They have 2 players. Muffin Man not only had some exceptional plays during the placements over the weekend. Cheeseburger, I swear to God, works for Riot and he just gets a buff on his classic. Just check this out.
Everybody's kind of low, but Grim finds one, but Hydra's going to be able to retaliate in an instant. Now, one after another, they swing each other, and on the high ground, is going to be able to find NBT in the backline, but still, Anando finds one more Muffin Man. Oh my. What did
I am sorry. Oh my goodness. This man did the most absurd thing on God's green earth, pulling off this play. When I saw this live, I was flabbergasted, to say the least. It was bonkers. Hey, I'm sure you're sick of seeing me at this point. You just watched 12 minutes of me, so I imagine you're pretty sick of it. I forgot that I didn't even film an outro to this video, and it just ends with me inviting my guests on. If you want to go see the rest of the podcast, go over to twitch.tv/Titans of Tier 3. Right down here, it'll be linked down in the description below. This is the first YouTube weekly recap we have for Titans of Tier 3, and I appreciate all of you for sticking this far into the video. I'm excited to keep bringing you guys more content, and come check it out. Come check us out live over on Twitch. Also, feel free to go check out some of my own content. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to plug myself, but I'm going to do it anyway. Down a link in the description below. Coopster, I make Tier 1 Valorant content, and I would love for you guys to come check it out. All right, later.